Today it's all about cookie decorating 101. We're going to learn some simple techniques that will make you look like a pro.
And the best part, you don't even need to be artistic.
That is a good part.
Julia Usher is a pastry chef and the author of Ultimate Cookies, and she's here today with her mom, Carol. It's great to have you.
Great to be here.
Glad that you both could be here together.
It's a pleasure. Well, I brought Mom along because she was a big inspiration for the book. We started decorating at an early age at Christmas time, and it was the real fabric of our household. So I thought that she should be part of this occasion.
That's kind of how you got started?
Yep.
Been doing it your whole life?
Pretty much my whole life. Not to this degree, but
Sure.
since I could stand up, basically.
Well, Carol, what tips did you share with Julia?
Mostly how to keep the cookie intact when they were little girls when they started. You know, I mean preschoolers, rolling out the dough and cutting with the cutters and decorating.
Wow, and you've just taken it to a whole new level.
They've taken it to she has a very high level. I do not decorate cookies.
You eat
Well,
them.
you will after today.
Okay.
I will learn today.
We're all going to learn today.
I'm going to share three, hopefully, techniques that I think are pretty straightforward, don't require any inherent artistic ability, and look really snazzy.
It's a little intimidating, I
but
gotta
don't
say.
be.
Okay.
Okay,
Are you
let's
ready
see.
to begin?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great.
Let's move
I
on
work
this
with
way.
Want to be here?
Yeah,
first?
so Jocelyn, come over here because you can work alongside me, and you and Teresa can work down there, Mom. And then
we'll move over here so we have more space.
what I work with is a royal icing. Another icing that's commonly used is confectioner's icing, but
Okay.
royal icing has egg whites in it, which causes it to set really fast, which is important for this first technique, which is marbling. We're going to try to recreate this cookie here,
We're gonna
but
try.
with yellow.
Try.
And you should follow along as I work.
Okay, shoot.
I've got it already outlined with royal icing to act as
Okay.
kind of a dam, and I'm going to flood the interior with this looser royal icing. I've just loosened it with water because you want these colors to marble nice and fluidly, and so I'm just pumping it around and keeping it very, very smooth. And then what I'm going to do is apply other colors on top, a pink and a purple, and just draw a trussing needle or a toothpick will work fine. Oops, I overflowed my cookie. Look at that.
It looks so smooth, though, and pretty.
It is, but I made a mistake.
Nice canvas.
Okay, we're going to wipe that off.
It'll harden, right?
Yeah, it'll harden when we're done. And so
Okay,
I'm going to work
Teresa,
quickly as you
I'll
guys
give you the
fill
yellow.
All right.
to apply these other colors. So you can do this any which way. I love this technique because
yeah.
it's so forgiving. Like if these lines weren't perfectly straight, it wouldn't really matter much because by the time I draw that toothpick through there, it's just gonna mask any errors I make.
That's good.
Except the fact that I've got a lot of icing flowing over the
That's
edge,
good,
but we'll ignore
Teresa.
that.
I'm
So
trying.
you just put the toothpick will come right through.
For this particular pattern, I'm going to draw it down straight, unless you want to do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
So
I'm going to get all the lines
Yeah,
down.
you go ahead.
And you can just draw it straight through.
you gotta
to
have a really steady hand.
a little bit, but you see my hand here. I'm steadying it right here. I'm working with a parchment cone to deposit the icing, but you can use a plastic baggie or
Okay.
those with a hole cut in the tip.
you
Yours
have
looks better than mine.
That's good.
Okay. Whoops.
You want to stripe? You want to
Yeah,
put some
stripe
stripes in
yours.
Here.
All right.
And we're going to ignore the fact that it's running off.
All right,
Yeah,
so
just
you want me
drag
to
drag it towards
Stripe-
you.
How many?
Yeah.
How many?
I did. Well, you can see how many I did here. I did 6, but however many you can fit.
Whoa, it's moving.
And the reason that flowed off is because I was holding the cookie. I really should have been doing it on the work surface.
Lonely cookie. Does it get frosting put on?
Yes,
can,
go
yeah.
ahead. You do it.
See, look how pretty that looks.
Okay. Oh, it does look
So
very
that's
pretty.
marbling.
That's marbling.
Yeah.
See that?
Easy.
Very nice.
Oh,
And
And if I
just-
hadn't, and if I hadn't handled it, it wouldn't have done that.
Teresa, you want another color or you set?
I'm going to just go with the pink here, see how this
Okay.
works.
As you guys are
you go.
finishing that technique, thanks. I'm going to show stenciling, which is another straightforward technique. I'm going to try to recreate, or at least start this egg here, which is a
Okay.
stencil. So again, doesn't require a lot of
little
artistic
messy.
ability.
And you can get stencils where? We have about 2 minutes.
Online.
Okay.
Designerstencils.com is one of my favorite sources
right.
for them. Okay, 2
Mine
minutes.
doesn't look like
So for
yours.
stenciling, just hold the stencil down. You can use household
nice job.
stencils.
Thanks,
Good.
You did.
Mine has as plain as can be.
Just hold the stencil down and then spread the icing over it.
so-
Okay, yeah, pay
So
attention,
hold
guys.
it down.
Okay.
Hold it down. You want me to hold it down for you?
I think, well, I'm steadying it with the same
Okay.
tool I was using to marble with, and hopefully that'll work.
You just put
Yeah, and
over it?
I'm going to start by anchoring it down with a little bit of icing, and then I'm going to try to do one swipe across the top so you don't see all these
So you want
track marks.
You want a thin layer?
really thin layer, no thinner than the stencil, no thicker than the stencil itself, because when you lift the stencil up, if there's a lot of icing on top, it'll just leave little peaks. So I'm just getting enough icing on there, and then I'm going to go over it.
Can you reuse that stencil?
Yeah, definitely. Let me.
That's easily washable?
It's very easily washable. Okay, so that's pretty good. So now all I have to do is lift it off. And then you've got that beautiful pattern. Now, I've got a ton of room for border, which I can put on later.
Right.
But yes, you can reuse it. As long as there's no icing on the bottom of it, I can use it again. And then the icing will eventually dry on top, in which case you want to rinse it off under low flow water and pat it dry flat. If you rub it, you'll ruin the stencil.
You want to try the stencil?
You want to try that?
Sure.
And you've got others in front of you, too. The key with this technique, though, is the icing's totally dry before I do the stencil, because otherwise you'll crack through the icing coat.
You want the purple? Or do you,
take the purple.
Or the...
And you've got a tool down there, too. I use a little spatula.
I do. Okay,
While
cool.
she's doing that, Julia, you actually have some book signings coming up.
I do have some book signings coming up. We have an event at in Essex at Gather tomorrow, which is a quick cookie decorating demo and a book signing. We have one at the Dudley Farm in North Guilford, which is an afternoon tea, which should be very, very lovely. That's on the 25th. That also involves a cookie decorating demo. And then I'll be in New York for a week, culminating on April 1st, doing a book signing with about 80 other authors. So if you're a big foodie, you want to go to that event. It's called the International Association of Culinary Professionals Book and Blog Festival. So that should be a good time.
How's she doing?
That looks good. Now, you want to take that excess icing off. Just scrape it off as much as you can without moving the stencil.
Got it. That's the secret.
You've got a lot on there, so you just want to take off what you can.
Okay.
And it should be good.
Okay.
I can't wait to see what it looks like.
Because I'm sure that it's a work of art.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Look at the peaks you were talking
And that's
about.
just your dress.
That
So
is gorgeous.
I don't know if you planned that, but it's a good excuse.
The stencil works.
All right. Well, terrific.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we're just about out of time, so I think we could do this at home, right?
Yeah,
we just have to get the stencils.
Just get everything, all
and
the
a steady hand.
utensils we need.
And I've got
Especially
we didn't
the
talk about
stenciling.
wafer papering. This is a cool thing that you just cut out and paste on cookies with corn syrup. So
cool.
you don't want to mess
Even
with
easier.
any icing, you can do that as well.
Okay, the book again is Ultimate Cookies.
Ultimate Cookies, and it talks about 15 techniques, so more than these 3. You've got plenty of guidance for decorating in there.
Very nice. Thank you so much for being here, both
Thanks
of
for
you.
having
Thank you for having us.